Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Today I have a really relaxing yin yoga session for you. If you don't know what yin yoga is, basically it targets our connective tissues, so keeping our joints nice and healthy. And today we're going to be focusing on targeting our spine for a healthy spine, as well as opening up the hips and taking care of our hips, okay? So you should feel really good afterwards. It will be really chill. We're gonna stay in each position for quite some time. So really leaning into your breath and making sure that never grows stagnant is what I would recommend. So let's go ahead and start focusing on our breath. If you could find the seated position of your choice, you don't have to sit like this. It can be whatever works for you and your body. Go ahead and find that seat now. And once you're there, go ahead and just lift up through the crown of the head, imagining an energy line just shooting through the top of your head. And let's just rest our hands on our knees. You can have the palms to the knees or, the other way in more of a position of surrender. So whatever you feel good with today. And once you're there, just go ahead and allow the eyelids to close. Maintaining a tall spine, just notice what your breath is already doing. Let's take a deep inhale together and exhale through the mouth. H-A, ha. Let's do that again. Inhale, fill up the belly and let it out, ha. Finding a pacing that works for you and one that you can maintain throughout your session today. And when you're ready, I invite you to find a wide child's pose. So separating the knees as wide as the mat, connecting your toes together. Sit back into the heels. And you have an option here. You can either do a traditional child's pose where you reach and extend your arms as long as possible. Or what I'm gonna do today is just keep my elbows bent right here, just to kind of support my head a little bit better. So it's gonna be your choice. But I love this version as well, just because we can just start by really feeling the earth beneath us. I find that it is super grounding for me. So once you're there, continuing that deep breath, allowing the breath to initiate in your belly, and then just softening the muscles in your face. And maybe you start to rock on the forehead, left and right on the mat, if that feels good. And just noticing if you're clenching your teeth or maintaining any tension or tightness in your jaw. And just letting it go, releasing and softening. Coming into a place of stillness. Preparing for a twist, place your right forearm in the center of your mat in front of you. We're just going to lift the hips a little bit as well. And then extending the left arm all the way up, allowing your drishti to follow. Just inviting a healthy, gentle twist into the spine. If it's too much for your neck, you don't have to necessarily look up. So just finding whatever position feels right to your neck. Moving into thread the needle, go ahead and lift up in your supportive hand and then slide the left arm all the way under and through, resting your head against the mat. Softening in the shoulder area. Not resisting, but just melting into your mat. Come up to a neutral spine, find your tabletop here, and we'll switch sides. So place that left forearm right in the center of your body here, right in front of you, extending the right arm high. You might notice a little fire in your tricep. And that's good, invite it. We are in a yoga session after all, even though it's super relaxing. And then lifting up with that supportive hand, slide the right arm all the way through, resting the right shoulder on the mat. And you can press away with the left hand for a more intense twist, if you like. Coming back to your breath if you lost it. Great job. Go ahead and come up to a neutral spine once again. And bring the knees in a little bit, just to a traditional tabletop. We're gonna bring the hands a little bit more forward, preparing for a Sphinx, just to bring a little bit of movement into your back, just to start out. So go ahead once you're there and rock forward gently. And let's come to a forearms here for a traditional Sphinx pose. If you wanna start a little bit lower, totally fine. Just, you know, I'm a big believer in gentle approach, so just kind of warming it up a little bit. We're coming into a gentle spinal flow to bring some more movement into your spine. So what it's going to look like is starting in this Sphinx position and then moving into puppy dog. This is how we get there. So we're here in this position. I'm going to first tuck my chin into my chest, then slowly but surely lifting through each vertebrae, eventually pulling up through the belly towards the spine until we find ourselves in extended puppy pose. And then going and reversing the movement back to Sphinx. So we're starting at the tailbone, rounding through the spine, all the way to your neck. So if you're ready, go ahead and start this on your own pacing, tucking the chin first, slowly rounding through the spine and coming into puppy. And maybe you choose to stay in puppy for a minute. That's totally fine. And this is, of course, your session, whatever your body needs. But whenever you're ready, going ahead and starting at the tailbone, rounding through the spine until you get to that Sphinx. Next, we're going to stay in Sphinx if it's accessible to you and bring the soles of the feet together in kind of a wide-legged open hip position. Now, this may not be accessible to some of you, and that's totally fine. Other options are just resting your hand to your head to your hands on the mat, or you can even take like a blanket to support you, or a little pillow if you have that, or a bolster, just to kind of help this opening up of the hips a little bit if you need that extra support. Otherwise, we can just separate the knees the distance of the mat, connecting the soles together, and then coming into a a Sphinx here with the forearms. And gently come out of this and meet me in a tabletop position once again. And we're just gonna round out the spine with a simple cat pose. So go ahead and lift up through the belly towards the spine and find that beautiful rounded position. Okay, we are moving into a pretty difficult open hip position called frog pose. So you might want to grab a pillow or blanket if you had used one before for the last exercise, and you might want to also support your hips with something there. If you aren't using a prop, go ahead and just make your shins parallel with the outside edges of the mat. And we're gonna go ahead and just slide wherever you feel your edge of flexibility. So what this means is not to the point of pain, but to the point where you know like this is a challenge for you, but it's like a healthy challenge. Try not to let pride get in the way or go too far. But yeah, just listen to your body and then just come into wherever you're at with like this pose here. So you can stay lifted like this if you need to, with that pillow and underneath your hips, or you can come down to your forearms, or you can even lay down if you do find that you already have that flexibility. And we're gonna try to stay in this for a couple of minutes. So whatever you think that you can sustain, that's the way to go. If you do feel some resistance, just bring some attention to those areas of tension and just soften those muscles so we can invite some more flexibility. Amazing job, you did it. Go ahead and just carefully lift yourself up. Find the easiest way out of this position for your body. And then once you're in like a tabletop position, we're going to bring our hands forward again, dropping the hips. And then go ahead and bring your fingertips to the top two corners, if you can reach, of your mat. We're coming to a seal position, all right? And I'm going to take my left arm, slide it through, and then go ahead and roll onto my back and allowing that right arm to fall off to the side. And then I'm bringing my right knee up. And then you can allow your gaze to follow the right hand. Place your right fingertips back to the outer edge of that right mat. Then we're gonna bring the left fingertips back, so we're back in seal. Then the right slides underneath the armpit and allows you to roll over to a twist. Bringing that knee up and then allowing your gaze to follow your left hand. Okay, a couple more rounds of this, bringing the left fingertips, rolling onto your belly, then the right fingertips, left hand underneath the armpit, rolling onto your back. One more full breath here. Rolling onto your belly, place the right hand, the left hand, the right hand through. Other side. Rolling towards the mat, left hand, right hand, sliding the left hand underneath. This is your last revolution of this. And right hand, left hand, right hand underneath. All right, find your way to your back here. We're going to move into an inverted pose called Plow pose, just to kind of help round out the spine since we did a lot of the other way. So When you're ready, go ahead and get your hands ready to support your lower back. And go ahead and give your legs a little lift, and then you support your lower back with the hands here. Maybe this is enough for you, maybe this is already too much. You could do this against a wall and just extending your legs out. And then traditional plow is just sort of letting them hang with the knees bent. Stay soft in the neck. And as this is pretty intense, when you're ready, go ahead and release that into your final shavasana. Extending the legs out, letting the knees splay out. Taking one hand to the belly, one to the heart, or releasing your arms beside you. Coming back to your breath. Taking notice of how your body feels right now. I invite you to intensify your breath here. Exhaling through your nose in an audible type of way. Coming into your fire breath, Ujjayi breathing. Opening and relaxing your throat muscles. And just letting that breath come all the way through. Bringing your attention for a moment to your neck and shoulders. Softening those muscles. Opening your teeth so that your jaw can just relax. Letting the fingers and the toes just hang heavy. Moving into a few final moments of silence, stillness, and peace. if you got something out of this session, I encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel, as it is a newer channel. I really appreciate that. And if you want more yin yoga sessions like this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, as I typically tend to do more vinyasa flows. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and would love to serve you all with what you all need the most. And with that said, I invite you to stay here in your shavasana as long as you need. It's always accessible to you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.